Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Oh, what is my camera doing? Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rose, and today is my week one check-in. Week one has been really rough. I did start at 294 pounds, and I got down to 289, which is awesome. It has been a really rough week. I ended up starting my menstrual cycle, which explained a lot of why I was having a really rough week with the detox, because, you know, hormones are a thing. And oh man, I want a piece of cheesecake so bad. So bad. But I can say with utmost confidence that I did not cheat at all. By my standards. Whenever I was craving a lot of carbs and sugar, I would go do a very small spoon of peanut butter just to keep myself from going crazy, because I found myself just like food was just all consuming. I could not think, I could not breathe, because the need for carbs was just that strong. And so I'd go have just a touch of peanut butter, and that's just kind of how I've coped this week. I did test my ketones. I am in ketosis. So surprised about that. I did not think it would be this fast. I also wasn't expecting, a 5-pound loss this week. Like, that is unreal. I've been struggling so hard, and there was one day where I could not be sated. I was just constantly craving food. And so I would literally have to go somewhere else in the house that wasn't on the floor where my kitchen is, because I would have just sat and eaten an entire bowl of popcorn, or an entire, bag of chips, or all of the rice in my house. And so I went to fats, because those are supposed to be, satiating. No, they were in fact not that day. I ate enough to make me hug a potty for a while, as gross as it is, and I do apologize for that mental image, but it was awful, because I don't have a gallbladder, which means I have fat problems. And the next day I started my cycle, and I'm like, okay, that explains why I was going crazy. And it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because now I know what that feels like, and I can anticipate for next time. And if that means that next time I do need to have, a half cup of rice to keep me sane, that's okay. That's probably not going to kick me out of ketosis. And if it does, I'll get right back on it, the next meal. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of grace about that. But I am proud of myself for not going off the diet, because I was craving everything. And, as soon as that happened, I stopped craving all of the things. I had a really good, super high protein, basically no carb, moderate fat kind of day the next day, and I felt fantastic. My inflammation's gone down. Was not expecting that. It's so much better. I can actually move my back now. For a long time, my back has been pretty stiff and pretty awful. And I can roll my shoulders and my back moves again. I can sit here and I can dance. And it does still cause me pain. Don't get me wrong. The pain is still there, because I have bulging discs. I have arthritis in my spine. But the inflammation is lessened. And that is, I don't know, a Christmas miracle. Like, it's not something that I expected this fast, which is amazing, you know. The absolute just cream this week is, you know, I have spastic cerebral palsy, and nothing that I have tried over the years has helped or hindered like the spasticity of my body. Like, my body is wound like a top. I mean, my mental health is too, but like, that's beside the point. But my body is usually just so tight. It just cranks on itself until you just go crazy. And like, my hand is perpetually fisted. Like, it's life impacting. But I've noticed that specifically in my hand, that the fingers that do move, that this was not happening a week ago. I did not have this range of motion. Like, these are the two fingers that actually work on this hand, and like, I can actually move them independently right now. I mean, they're not terribly functional, but like this was not happening a week ago. And like, I can actually open my hand. I haven't been able to do this since I was 15. Like, it's awesome. I am just, I'm blown away that my cerebral palsy, a condition that I have, you know, that has been the villain in my story so many times, is getting better. My right foot is also impacted because it's a one side condition for me, and typically I cannot push my flexion past 90 degrees. Haven't for 20 years. Like, it's been stuck, and it impacts how I walk. It impacts alignment, which causes pain. Like, how my knees are degrading. Like, it's the source of a lot of problems, and I can now push it past 90 degrees. Not by much. It's probably sitting at like 95 or 100 degrees, but like, it moves. I'm so excited. I've also noticed an uplift in my mood. I'm a lot happier. I'm starting to dance and sing in the kitchen again without even realizing that's what I'm doing. I'll just suddenly stop and go, oh, hey, that's cool. You know, I'm able to laugh with my husband more. I'm able to really kind of enjoy my daughter's victories a little bit more authentically. I have a desire to kind of flirt with my husband again, which is something that I thought that postpartum kind of took from me. So I'm hoping that that side of my life will continue to get better as I go. But overall, I would say that I am having a really awesome time on this challenge. Like, week one has been rough, but like, awesome. And every week I have decided that I'm going to confront a fear food. So those are foods for me that either give me a lot of anxiety, or my texture problems stop me from enjoying them. So this week I tackled two, because I'm apparently going to just go balls to the wall. And so I tried pork sausage, which for me, the ground up meat has always been a challenge. And hamburger specifically is like, that like fuels nightmares for me. So I bought some pork sausage, and to my great surprise and delight, I love them. They're an okay texture. The flavor helps get over the texture problem, which is super minor problem. Like it's not like hamburger, which was my fear. And it took me a minute, but now it's just my everyday breakfast. I have it like clockwork every day. It's the same thing. You know, it's 2 to 3 sausage patties and, 3 to 4, about 3 eggs with the yolks, and then another egg worth of just egg whites to keep my protein high, my fat. That's going to be the highest fat meal I have of the day. And then it's like 3 or 4 grams of carbs, which is pretty awesome. And then I was feeling kind of a high, and then I said, okay, we're gonna try boiled eggs next. Which, it's been about 10 years since I've tried boiled eggs, and I did not do well with them last time. And I literally sat there for 3 hours looking at this stupid egg. It took me about an hour and a half to get the courage to peel it. And just the amount of anxiety that I was having was absolutely ridiculous. Like, I recognize that I can't control it. Like, the amount of anxiety of just touching this egg was the thing. So it took me another little while to cut the egg. I cut it with a fork, and I saw the texture, and I had an immediate nope reaction, like huge. So I made the goal not to eat it that day. I made the goal to just touch it. Which I know to normal people that sounds so absolutely just asinine, because like if you don't have texture problems or taste problems, like I've had people tell me, well, what's the big deal? Just eat the food. So I did touch it. I did try, the particles of food that were on the fork. And that's about when my anxiety got too bad and I couldn't eat it. So a couple days later I tried again, and the first couple of steps were easier. And then I did end up eating about a third of it. I did want to try incorporating a different flavor with it to see if I could shock my palate with like hot sauce to camouflage the texture, and I can 100% tell you that it was not good. In fact, I think it actually made it worse. So we will continue to work on it. I think maybe if I boil the eggs a little bit longer and make a firmer texture, it might be better. Next time, I think I'm going to try to make deviled eggs and see if maybe it's a creamy texture will be better, in which case, great, like, that would be awesome. If not, I will give the batch to my mother because she loves deviled eggs. And we're going to try to make some homemade, like, mayo and stuff with it to make it all, from scratch, homemade carnivore, ketovore, what have you. The other thing I did was I made some carnivore bread, which is just pork rinds, cream cheese, and eggs. And it's so good. Whenever I'm craving like a bagel, I will just put cream cheese on the bread and then go have some protein with it. So that's my fat, and then I'll go have some protein. And it's so good. You put your oven to 400 degrees, you do it for like 15 minutes. So good. So yeah, I am down to 289 and I'm feeling fantastic. I have more energy. I'm doing great. Like, I hope the next week continues to be this awesome. I'll see you next week. Bye.